What's happened, Wargamers? Welcome to the After Action Report. And what a game that was. I have many words for that game. MODOK just continues to be a colossal thorn in my side. He was a pain, but it felt like this was kind of a comedy of errors. Whatever could go wrong for my guys just seemed to go wrong.
Yeah, you were pretty solidly rolling like slightly below average attacks and slightly below average defense with a bunch of dips.
And the only one I was getting my wild triggers on was MODOK, which was useless, right? Like
you got no fewer than 2 wild triggers on almost every one of your rolls.
Oh yeah. If my wilds actually procced on MODOK, I would have been having a much better game.
Yeah.
But my goodness, like taking out one Sentinel, like dazing one Sentinel in round 1 was insane.
Yep.
I was not expecting that to happen. Like mobility aside, like what Lockjaw did. Did you aim lackeys earlier? No, you didn't even aim lackeys.
I didn't.
You didn't even need it. It was leapfrog. That was what it was. It was Lockjaw and leapfrog got Blob into just a wonderful position and got work done.
Yeah,
Totem Blob got work done.
I took 4 slow moving guys with the sole purpose of I'll be able to teleport and ignore that part of their move.
Mm-hmm.
Leapfrog was definitely really awesome for him, but also like the best boy moving up in the middle and then him leapfrogging over here to get.
It was a great play. It really was.
The funny thing about it is I wasn't planning for it. It was mostly Toad wasn't supposed to do damage with his range 3 attack. He was supposed to just like, oh okay, I'll throw some damage in there. Make your roll.
You did some good damage though.
I'm like, well, Blob has to go in there then. That's fine, perfect. So I think Brotherhood is amazing, and the best boy is.
Now I want to address one elephant in the room here.
Yeah,
because of how we design boards for camera, this was a playground for Brotherhood.
It's worse because I didn't see the finished board when I made my list.
You did not. So I will definitely vouch for that.
I thought that it wasn't going to be quite what we had here because I don't usually try to plan for that.
No, you really don't. It just kind of worked out that way. I had no idea you were playing Brotherhood or anything like that when I was setting the board up.
And I will definitely say that Magneto probably doesn't work quite well. This style of list doesn't necessarily work as well in that situation because
I mean you still got a lot of work done.
Yeah.
You really did. Like I think Lockjaw was low key a key player for you in this particular game.
But I think in normal games your smash would have probably taken off the biggest piece of terrain.
Oh my goodness! The fact that smash and I couldn't take out Blob.
Yeah,
that was. I threw how much dice into you? I threw what was it?
17.
11 dice suppression protocols.
And
then was it 9 dice? I can't remember if I spent power into it.
Sure,
no, I wouldn't have spent power because I was on my day side.
Right. Yeah.
So I wouldn't have spent power on that one. That felt so bad.
Yeah, I felt bad. In my math, I'm like, okay, Blob's gone. I think I can hop away with Toad if I'm lucky, but the smash is probably not too likely.
In my head, I had Blob dead to rights.
Yeah.
And
I thought I might get lucky because he can that tickles, so it might make you throw another attack into him, but I thought he was gone.
Yeah, well, apparently throwing 2 attacks and you still kept standing on 1 was kind of bonkers. Having Hulkbuster get pushed early on as well, that just...
Yeah.
It kept him out of the game for another round, which was just awful. I couldn't bring him to bear on anything on that one.
Yeah.
When he finally did start doing stuff, like he did some good stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, like that was just... It was one of those things where like it seemed like every time I was making a step, it was just something was pushing back, right?
Yeah.
And it was rough. And I mean, your guys did what your guys are supposed to do. MODOK took so much damage. Like he just took so many attacks.
Yeah.
I don't think I went into Magneto once this game.
You didn't.
Nope.
You didn't. Like you asked me how his force projection worked, and I was like, right, I should go read that again. I haven't looked at it since the start of the game.
Yeah. Magneto just was not really much of a factor. Well, no, he was a factor, but he was never...
He couldn't be the target of an attack because you were like, I have to deal with these other things now.
Well, the problem is MODOK was just tearing through my guys with his stupid Doomsday chair. Yeah. Apparently over here, like I sort of got this side under control a little bit, but like, it was still... I had to put way more resources into it. Also, I just want to point out, that's throwing terrain.
Yeah.
Like there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 12,
and of course these guys.
and you threw those a couple times. So let's round it up to maybe 16 pieces of terrain that was thrown over the course of this game.
Yeah.
Absolutely insane that much terrain got thrown. Oh, sorry, and we forgot the. We forgot the fifth construction building there. So yeah, there was an absolutely bonkers amount of terrain that got thrown in this game.
Yeah.
And you know what? We inadvertently showcased a huge weakness of the Sentinels. They do not like rolling physical defense or dodge.
No, it makes me sad because I always think of the X-Men, like Wolverine claws one of their legs, and then they're just like kick or laser beam him. So
and it was just and there were so many of my attacks that just did not follow through, and it was just so frustrating.
You averaged like 3 hits on 8 dice, so
it was rude tonight, just rude. But you know what? It is kind of what happens, right?
But yeah, I do like teleportation with portals and spider infected. That feels like a really good way to recover from any of the things that might go wrong.
I feel like a lot of the time when I was trying to teleport, it's like, no, I don't get to go where I want to go.
You got to go over here.
You walk up to the teleporter, it's like, oh, I'll just go where I want to go.
Yeah, teleportarium right over here. Yeah.
It's like, well, yeah, gee, that's awesome. Thanks, guys. But that's also kind of the way of things, right? Like, never rely on the portals as your big key thing there. There was a couple instances where I got it and it did work out nicely for me.
I will say that I like new portals. Well, new portals. They've been out for a while, but I like the new style of portals versus the old one.
That you don't take damage?
Yeah, because that was always like, well, I'm never using those. This is a blank mission.
Well, I think you only took damage if you failed.
Yes, but I never wanted to risk that. It never felt valuable, and you can't teleport with an objective.
With an objective, yeah. No, that's fair enough. I will say I think this particular pairing of missions was kind of rough for Sentinels as well. Like the spider infected is not what I wanted to see.
No.
At all, and that was one of yours.
Yes.
Right.
That was the one I wanted 100%.
Yeah.
And
the portals were mine because my game plan was like I got 3 big chunky guys. Yep. Well, 4 actually.
Well, they can be here and here and here and here. They can support each other, and you can get a lot of excellent kind of crossfire shots.
Yeah, but it did not quite work out for me. Spider portals, I think, was probably like one of the worst extracts for me to see.
Yeah.
It was just really rough because I got pushed a bunch of times, and it was the guys that you got pushed were never really. It's like, oh no, you got some guys pushed. Meanwhile, my guys getting pushed was like, oh no, like I'm so far out of this at this point. And it was just definitely rough. I wanted Hulkbuster to do so much more, in the fact.
Well, the funny thing is, I think Hulkbuster did a lot, but he just,
Yeah, no, that was upsetting. You taking out that last point of damage from Hulkbuster in the end there and dazing him.
Yeah.
Was.
I honestly didn't think that was going to succeed. My original plan to teleport over here was to throw some more stuff at him to hopefully
Which you had the power to do, yeah. And it's. You were very much in that last round. You were very much in a constant win more position.
It was more about kind of cutting off your avenues to try to jump back and claw back into the game, right? So.
Which I really didn't have a whole much on, because the thing is, if I go over here and take care of Lockjaw, sure, I free up these 2 points. Problem is, Magneto being healthy and being able to easily grab a spider infected meant that Magneto could really just kind of go where he needed to, grab the points he needs to.
Yeah.
And just score those last ones. I mean, if I could have forced one more round,
well, and especially if you can force a round and be looking at a 9-15 kind of situation.
Well, I could have forced one. If I could have forced one more round, because here's the thing: if I was able to get these points over here, Lockjaw was just gone, right?
Yep.
And then let's just say maybe I actually did better against Blob, or maybe I go into Toad or something like that. Maybe I should have gone into Toad, not Blob. That's 2 characters I'm not dealing with next round.
Yeah, exactly.
And then I do go into the next round. Mr. MODOK is only sitting on 4 health, and I get my wilds against him finally.
Yes, yeah, and he's really easy to take down on his other side. Is that first 10 that matters?
Which means that puts me actually in a position where one more round I might have been able to claw back.
Well, especially if you peel off objective grabber, objective holder, and damage turret, then it's just weather some damage from Magneto.
Now, let's be honest. I was not weathering damage from Magneto. He was wrecking me left, right, and center this game. Magneto was a friggin' terror this game.
It was, and the worst thing is you had the right mix of damages to go after my guys. It just didn't pan out with the dice rolls, right? So
Yeah. What makes this even worse is that there were so many turns where you didn't use magnetic refraction,
yeah.
and but you didn't need to.
Well, and then I was like, oh, I should really use magnetic refraction this turn. You know what? I think it'd be better to do this and this. Okay, that's fine. And then it's like, I brought the card. I should definitely use it. It's really powerful.
You were using Magneto's power all the time.
Yeah.
Right? Like, there's just so much power. And that's definitely something that the board played a big factor in. You were able to keep your guys powered up very efficiently. Not so much for me, unfortunately.
Well, just because I'm going to rub it in, Magneto's power generation most turns was far exceeding. Like he would do the 5, and then he would do a whole bunch more damage that he didn't get to collect any power for too. So.
No, that's true. But I mean, it almost like almost every activation, you were filling in a whole bunch of power throughout.
Tarleton, and even Lockjaw has throw pieces of terrain. So
for sure. No, it worked well for you.
It's hilarious because normally I would never think to use Lockjaw's thing, and I'm like, yeah.
Oh
sure,
my goodness, my Sentinel going down to a stupid friggin' what was it, a dumpster?
No, it was one of
the constructs. That's right. Yeah, stupid construct. If my Sentinel had been able to hold on over here, like.
Well, yeah, like honestly, I needed that throw to actually do something, and it did, and.
Your throws always did something this game, right? Like your throws did a lot of work. But anyway, I think we can wrap up at this point. So yeah, final score was something like 20-8 or something like that for the Brotherhood. Crushing win for Magneto. Well played, Troop. I think your squad was a really interesting one this week, and I loved watching it on the table. So everyone else, leave your comments below. Let us know what you like, don't like, all that sort of stuff. If you're looking for ways to support the channel, hit up patreon.com/AegisBrand Studios. It is $1 a month for all this wonderful hot potato takes, and we will see you next time. Happy wargaming.